Hello everyone, myself Shilpa Rudravar and today we will be discussing how to implement CMOS NAND gate using MicroWin 2. Okay, so this is our practical title, aim, design and implementation of CMOS NAND gate layout using 0.25 micron technology in MicroWin. So first of all that you need to draw a proper diagram of the NAND gate. So NAND gate is shown by this particular diagram. That is, two PMOS are connected in parallel and two NMOS are connected in series. Now, before going towards the MicroWin, I just want to tell you how this diagram has been drawn and how to see the diagram implemented is right or not using truth table. So here this is the CMOS NAND gate, which is the normal symbol, logical symbol, and equation for the two input NAND gate is A into B whole complement. That is complement of AND gate output you are getting over here for the NAND gate. Now, how to draw this structure CMOS NAND gate? So CMOS stands for complementary MOSFET, where we are having PMOS and NMOS transistors. So always PMOS should be connected in pull up network, means connected to VDD, and NMOS should be connected in pull down, connected to VSS. Why? Because PMOS passes strong 1 and NMOS passes strong 0. Now, how to draw this diagram? As the equation is mentioned that A into B, and before going to that particular how to draw this, I just want to tell you that CMOS logic always is a inverted logic, that it implements complemented logic, and that's why this complement is there. Otherwise, if complement is not there, means I need to implement, suppose A into B, that is AND gate, I need to add one inverter in front of this. So CMOS logic implements the inverted logic. This is the first thing you need to keep it in mind. So how to draw this circuitry? As you know that equation is A into B whole complement, see towards this logic A into B. So when A into B such type of equation is there or expression is there, NMOS should be in series and PMOS should be connected in parallel. Same, if A plus B type of equation is there, NMOS should be connected in parallel and PMOS should be connected in series. This thing you need to remember. By remembering this thing, you can draw any diagram using CMOS circuitry. Okay, any combination logic using CMOS circuitry. So here I will be starting with NMOS first. So NMOS will be in series, and that's why this is the first NMOS. It's connected in series with second NMOS, and it is connected in pull down network, so connected to this VSS. Same way, opposite to that, I need to connect PMOS in parallel, and that's why there are two PMOS. It is denoted by this bubble, that is only difference in the symbol, otherwise everything is same. So this is bubble indicates active low device, 0 is required to turn the device on, and this is the active high device, that is 1 is required to turn the device on. And here PMOS are connected in parallel, which is connected to in pull up network, so connected to VDD, and intersection point of this pull up and pull down network is forming the output, and input A is connected to A of this PMOS and NMOS, and B is connected to B for the PMOS and NMOS. So here there are two inputs. Okay, so moving further, now whether we have implemented proper MOSFET NAND gate or not, that you need to see using this table. So now, just for your understanding, I am taking this pen over here. Now, what is the combinations available? As there are two inputs available, means there are total 4 combinations are possible, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and depending upon I can check whether my output is 1 or 0, and I can justify it over here. And these are the transistor naming is given. So T1 and T2, these are 2 are P MOSFET, and T3 and T4, these are N MOSFET. Okay, so these are the N MOSFET. So P MOSFET turns on when 0 is applied, and N MOSFET turns on when 1 is applied. So now I will be checking whether I am getting 1 or not over here. So consider my A is 0 and B is 0. So here A is 0, first I have given. So as A is 0, my P MOSFET will be on. Okay, and here that same 0 is applied to N MOSFET, so this will be on. Now I have given B as also 0, so this is connected to this PMOS, so this P MOSFET will be on, and this N MOSFET will be off. So here it is written that is T1 and T2 are on and T3 and T4 are off, and that's why path for output is we are getting from VDD directly. There is one path and this is another path available, so anyhow output will be connected to VDD, and that's why your output is 1 over here. Now instead of going towards all the combination, I will randomly check this last one, that is 1 1. So what is happening over here? I am erasing this particular points previously written. So for this particular option, if my input is 1 over here and this is 1 over here, this 1 is applied to this PMOS, so PMOS will be off because PMOS turns on logic 0, and this NMOS will be on, and that's why, as this both the NMOS are on, and that's why output is getting connected to ground, and that's why your output is 0. In this way we can verify that whatever the NAND gate we have implemented is the right one. Okay, so I'm erasing this particular point. Hope the things are clear with you. Moving further, this is the proper notation is given related to source, gate, drain. As I told you, source of PMOS should be connected to VDD and source of NMOS should be connected to ground. And here whatever MOSFET we have used, that are the enhancement type of MOSFET. So this is the enhancement type P MOSFET and these are the enhancement type N MOSFET, because these are the used for switching purpose. Okay. Now I will show you what is the how to implement that in microWIN. So here already I have implemented in microWIN. I will again implement in front of you, but just to have a understanding, I just want to tell you, this is the diagram you are able to see in the left hand side, and related to that you need to implement over here. So this is PMOS. So I have taken two PMOS because I require PMOS to be connected in parallel. Source of these two PMOS are connected together, so I am considering this as a source of one PMOS and this as a source of another PMOS. You can change that according to your requirement. So I have considered this as a source and this as a source, but you can take this as a source and this as a drain, like this. So the source are connected and VDD is given. Okay. Now to avoid floating effect, I need to apply this VDD to the N well to avoid body effect. Now drain of this PMOS, two drains of PMOS, these are the two drains because these are the source, means this will be drain. They are connected together over here, and drain of this NMOS again connected together to form a output. So here we have taken B out. Hope the things are clear. Now these two NMOS are in series, and that's why this is drain, gate, source, drain, gate, source. So I can say this is drain, this is gate, source. I can say this is a drain, this is gate, and this is source. Likewise, it is connected in series. Okay, and inputs of these transistors are connected to form A, and these transistors are connected to form B. That is, we have connected these gates together using polysilicon, and these gates together using again polysilicon to form input B. So hope up to this points are clear, and here you need to apply VSS as is mentioned. So in this way, this diagram is very important to implement your logic. Okay. So here I will be showing you how to execute. So I am running this and I am able to see here waveform. As you are able to see, if my input is 0 0, my output is 1. If my input is 0 1, my output is 1. If it is 1 0, still my output is 1. But whenever condition is 1 1, when A is 1 and B is 1, at that time I am getting logic 0. And this is the truth table of NAND gate, which we have verified and simulated also. So here you are able to see this proper waveform. Now you need to observe the rise time and fall time. So this is 513 picosecond is the fall time and 17 picosecond is the rise time you are able to see over here. And this is what is the power dissipation of this circuitry, that is P equal to 21.571 micrometer power dissipation has been done. Okay, so let's see what is the frequency at which it is working. So I am clicking on these two arrows points checkbox and I am resetting. So this is operating on 0.52 gigahertz. Maximum operating frequency is this much. That way you can observe this waveform. Okay, so let's see how to implement this circuit. So first step, I am creating new file. So new, I am not saving this. No. So first step is what? To select a foundry and select a 0.25 micrometer technology. After that, I have to take a palette, and from the palette I need to take two N MOSFET. So I have taken first N MOSFET and copy and pasting that. So this is copy and pasted over here. So that should be in series. So I have connected like this. You can have that thing over here also, no problem. I am placing it over here. Okay. So now I need to select two PMOS. So I am taking this PMOS from this particular side and I am placing it over here. again I am clicking on all because I want to see everything on single page, and copying this PMOS because I require 2 PMOS FETs. So I have connected it over here. What is the next thing? Just see the diagram which we have discussed earlier. So I need to connect that in parallel. So we always use metal 1 for the connection because these contacts are made using metal 1, and when two same metals are used, there is no contact required. But if I am using metal 2 with contact with metal 1, so I need to use contact of metal. So I want to avoid that, so I have taken metal 1. I am stretching this drain, and I am considering this as a this as a source and this as a source. So I have connected like this, and then I am connecting these two to form a common drain. So two drains are connected together to form a single point, and here VDD is applied to avoid the floating effect. Again I am taking VDD and connecting it over here, again over here I am connecting it over here. Okay, now source are connected, but I need to connect drains of these two. So this is remaining is drain, so I am stretching this, I am stretching this also over here. Okay, and I am just connecting these two with each other. So this forms my source drain. Okay, now I need to connect these two in series. So how to connect in series? Suppose this is source gate drain, so source gate drain. Likewise I need to connect these two with each other. So I am taking metal and I am connecting these two with each other. So how to connect? So I am stretching this. You can connect in your way. So I am connecting in this way. Okay, so I have stretched this and metal 1 is used for that. Now this is my what is drain source source drain source drain, or we can say this as a source drain source drain. Now suppose I am considering this as a drain, so I need to stretch it like this, and I need to connect this with this particular connection because I need to take out the output. So I have connected this with this and forming the output. So I have to take this visible node and keep it over here, and I can mention here it as a V out. So I am going fast over here, and this is my VSS because this is source drain, and drain is connected over here. So in this way my diagram is complete, but I need to connect all the gates together, A with A and B with B. So if you are aligning this properly, there will not be zigzag, but here in my case it is coming as a zigzag. So in this way you need to think properly. So this is the first case, I have connected inputs together, and this is the second where I am connecting this together. So always use polysilicon for connection. Now on the click on the add clock and click on this particular part. So always give LSB bit first. So I am giving B as a first, and this I am not changing, I am assigning, and then I am again clicking because I require two inputs. Always give input over that gate. So I am giving A because MSB I need to apply. Secondly, because this value is changing. Okay, so A. Don't give it on intersection. After this is done, now I need to run the design. Everything has been done, so I need to observe the output. So in this way you are able to see the waveform what I have shown you previously. So only for 1 1 my output is 0. Rest of the case for 0 0 0 1 1 0 my output is 1. So in this way we have verified and we have seen what is the maximum operating frequency, what is rise time, fall time, and what is power dissipation. Hope you understood, and this way you need to again see the operation by connecting one capacitor across the load, and that capacitor is suppose 0.01, and I have applied that over here. Now check what is the waveform rise time and fall time change you are able to see, that you have to comment. Okay, so this is our second lab from first practical only. So inverter, NAND gate, and last will be the NOR gate. But this practical can be implemented using single, this is the single finger, can be implemented using 2 fingers. So in the coming lecture I will be telling you how to implement using 2 fingers, so that it will be somewhat simple circuitry. So hope these things are clear, and in this way you need to document it. So this is the circuit, or this is the experiment with capacitor, without capacitor, and this is waveform and the comment on rise and fall time. So thank you. In this way you need to implement.